Hi, this is Joe White with TopSearchMarketing.tv, and I'm here with John Vukolich of Vukolich and Melvin, attorneys in out of Minneapolis and out of Duluth as well. John, are you there?
I am. Hello, Joe.
Hello, hello. How you doing? And
I'm well. It's a privilege to chat with you this evening.
yeah, and tell me the name of your firm again. I want you to pronounce it well. I don't
Sure.
want to go
Sure.
ahead.
It's Vukolich and Malvin, PLLC, but our trade name is Vukolich and Malvin Injury Law.
Injury law, great, awesome. And one of the things that our viewers are starting to ask, we're getting questions about how to find a personal injury attorney in Minneapolis, and if they're searching online, and how to find what to look for if they're looking for a personal injury attorney. And I know that you are kind of the go-to man with this, and you got a lot of experience in that arena, and so I really appreciate your taking the time to talk with our viewers here. And so tell me, how do you find, if you're looking online, what do you look for if you're searching for a personal injury attorney?
Clearly, Joe, the idea is to find somebody with lots of trial experience. Anybody can allocate an advertising budget. Anybody can get a big spread on a billboard, on a TV screen, in the phone book, on the internet. What you want to look for is the amount of trial experience that the individual lawyer or law firm, lawyers in the law firm have as far as bodily injury claims is concerned. And I think that's the key. If you've got someone who's never tried a case, but they have a big fat advertising budget, and you hire them, I think you're going to be disappointed. I think the idea, in my opinion, after 39 years of trying cases in Minnesota and around the country, I think the clear point of contact is trial experience. And so when you contact a lawyer or a law firm, just say, look, I've got a case involving an automobile accident, a premises liability claim, a medical malpractice claim. How many of those cases have you tried to completion? Because lots of lawyers have handled them, just like claim people on the insurance side, but they've never been in a courtroom. They've never stared a jury in the eyes and tried to argue their client's case to a body of somewhat disinterested individuals known as the jury.
Okay, well, that really makes a lot of sense. Knowing that I guess knowing that your attorney has been to trial and has really got a lot of experience in that.
Well, it's like a surgeon, Joe. You don't want somebody doing that open heart surgery on you for the first time, obviously. It's kind of a catch-22 for the professional, because you say, well, how do you get your experience? Well, you get it by joining a firm as a young lawyer, and you watch other people try cases, and you learn by watching, and then ultimately by doing. So again, experience is the key, not just handling cases, because anyone can work up a case, retrieve the medical records, talk to the witnesses, prepare a settlement proposal. But when it comes to actually representing someone in a courtroom, we're talking about something that is a world apart.
Wow. Well, that's awesome, and I know that now. I one of the reasons that I knew that you would be very interesting to talk to about this is because I know that your firm, and you in particular, have a very unique experience level. And so, can you tell us a little bit about how you and your firm are unique in this arena?
Of course. David and I have combined years of experience in the courtroom of about 75 years. I'm approaching 40, and he's at about 35, and we pretty much cover the waterfront of bodily injury types of claims, from auto to premises liability, boating accidents, airline injuries, swimming pools, uh, recreational vehicles, and workers' compensation. So we cover the waterfront.
Okay, and so what really piqued my interest was your experience, your first 10, 15 years as an attorney. What that really made a lot of sense and hit home with me. Tell me about that and how where you worked then and how how you parlayed that into your position now.
Sure. I joined a firm in St. Paul, actually, which was doing insurance defense work and spent the first, actually, 18 years of my life in my career doing defense work for the insurance industry. And why is that important? Does a client want to know that you were a defense lawyer at one time? Absolutely, because the analogy that I use is to say, look, if we're in a Stanley Cup hockey game here, and I've got 5 players in my lineup who were traded to my team from the other team, they know how that other coach thinks. They know how that other coach is going to handle certain situations. And so to have been a defense lawyer, I know how insurance lawyers are going to conduct their cases and how insurance claim people evaluate their claims. Plus the fact that I have done over 4,000 mediations where I am the neutral trying to get a case settled for both the insurance industry and the plaintiff's bar.
Wow. That's awesome. I just, to me, that really hits home. I mean, knowing both sides of the fence and seeing that, and that's what really stood out to me. Um, and so I thought that was a great analogy, and I appreciate you sharing that because I think it's important for our viewers to.
It is. It absolutely is to be able to understand both sides of how the process works.
And so, do you? I know you do some special things for new customers out there, and so if a new customer comes to you and calls you and says, we're looking to hire someone, we've had an accident and we're looking for someone with experience. Tell me about, what happens when they call and what you do for them.
I'm a face-to-face guy, Joe. I don't. While the initial contact is very, very commonly by telephone, I want people to come in to meet with me. I will take that time. I don't care how many people I have to see in a day or a week. I want them to come in and get to feel the fabric, so to speak, and to look me in the eyes and say, "Are you my guy?" And I want to look them in the eyes and say, "I'm privileged to represent you." And so they come in for a consultation. That consultation is absolutely free. We'll spend as much time as we need to spend, depending on the complexity of the case. And our fee structure is universal. It's a contingent fee, which means that if there's no recovery for the client has absolutely no financial obligation to my law firm.
Well, awesome. Well, that's great to hear, and I really appreciate your time. I love the hockey analogy, and I know you're. Tell me a little bit. I got to bring the hockey up a little bit because I know you're a hockey guy. Tell me about your experience in hockey. You played some high school and college, did you? Or
I played my high school hockey up in the Iron Range of Minnesota back in the early '60s, and then in the late '60s played my college hockey at Brown University in Providence, Rhode Island.
Awesome, awesome. Well, hey, John, we really appreciate your time tonight, and I want to wish you the best. Is there anything you want to say in closing tonight?
It's just no. It's a privilege to chat with you, Joe. I'm glad to do it, and it's educating the public as to what this process is all about. I won't ramble on here, but it was just a great privilege to chat with you. And at some point, we will. I hope that you'll link this this interview to our contact information on the internet.
Absolutely, we'll do that for you. We'll do that for you. Well, thank you very much, John. I'm going to close by saying this is Joe White with TopSearchMarketing.tv. Have a great day.
Thanks, Joe. Good night.
Good night.